The Johnson City Police Department unveiled its recently formed Special Victims Unit. It's made up of 5 members, all requested to be a part of this unit. Officials say the SVU will investigate cases that involve sexual assault, children, and adult protective services. News Channel 11's Catherine Simpson was at a community roundtable today to learn more about the new SVU. Catherine?
Sarah, crimes involving children or sexual assault can be especially difficult to prosecute, and the legal process often causes additional trauma for victims. That's why JCPD leaders say they're investing the resources in dedicated, specially trained officers to handle these difficult cases.
Johnson City police leaders say nationally only about 6% of sexual assaults are prosecuted, and the city has prosecuted around 13% over the last 5 years. Speaking at a community roundtable Thursday, Sergeant Shane Williams said those numbers aren't good enough.
We want to create a unit that can specialize to help these victims to move forward and prosecute these cases at a higher rate.
The Langston Center auditorium filled with Johnson City citizens eager to hear how the unit will work. Ben Putland leads a citizens group that formed after protests of the department's handling of sexual assault in 2022. He brought questions and cautious optimism to the event.
The establishment of SVU should be a good thing for the city, and I would just want to follow up and make sure that it is going to be a good thing.
JCPD leaders say they're training the squad of 5 over the next year in order to better serve victims. But with ongoing controversy over the city's handling of sexual assault, Putland maintains some skepticism.
It takes a lot to earn back broken trust, and the PD doesn't have the trust of the community here right now, particularly when it comes to this kind of crime.
The SVU began work in January with volunteers from across the force, including a former school resource officer and a former downtown officer. So far, Williams says new practices like conducting victim interviews at the Family Justice Center is paying off.
There has been a good positive reaction to the SVU unit and using the resources that we have to get that done.
And now Johnson City's SVU won't be working in isolation. They're part of several regional teams that include staff from the Department of Children's Services, the District Attorney's Office, and Ballard Health's Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner program.
Catherine, thank you very much. This summer, the city released an audit criticizing the city's handling of sexual assault cases. We asked Johnson City if the Special Victims Unit was created in response to recommendations in that report.
In response to that question, the city of Johnson City said, quote, plans to establish a special victims unit began last year. Once staffing allowed for JCPD to dedicate a specialized group to investigate crimes involving sexual assault, children, and adult protective services, those plans were implemented. Law enforcement is constantly evolving, and the creation of our SVU is one of many changes at JCPD in staffing, technology, and resources that will allow us to better serve victims and our community, end quote.